Back in the mid-latitudes of the northern hemisphere of Mars, looking at total devastation in Tanais, the region that I've covered extensively in the recent past. I'm Jean, thanks for joining me. Let's get cracking on. We're analyzing this high-rise photograph called Windblown Crater, acquired on the 15th of January 2012 at 60.7 centimeters per pixel, and 2x2 binning was used, so not as high res as we used to, but there's so many details in this photograph, I thought I'd share this one with you anyway. There's a crop from the low res JPEG, and the anomalies we're checking out are these white dots scattered about throughout this region. Located in the northern mid-latitudes, 50.32 degrees north, 291.11 degrees east. And it's in this dark patch within that circular depression, just to the east of Tanais. And I've covered this region here quite extensively. We'll take a look at some of the anomalies towards the end of the video again. Just look at the total devastation over here, and I'm going to be zooming in on a couple of compelling anomalies. Check that one out there. We've got lots of blocks with knobs on them, check that out. But that item over there is about let's see, 20 to 30 meters across by about 15 meters wide, and because of the low res, if I zoom in, you'll check it breaks up quite a bit, becomes quite blurry, but there we go. We've seen these before. The two larger parts separated with a line through the middle, and then right in the center we have a small part that bridges the two. There's another one right there, same size and same geometry. And zoom in on that one as well. You can check the two larger parts and then the bridging part in the center. There's another block with a hole in it right there in its center as well. And there's another one right there. Check that out. And take a closer look at the two larger parts. And then over here we've got a rectangular part bridging the two. And there they are for comparison. Check out the similarity once again. What are the chances of this happening all over Mars in random natural geology? I don't think so. And there, check that out, that there's about 20 by 20 meters with two parts, and in this case we've got two protrusions or parts in the centers. Check out the strange opening over there. It's like we've got a rectangular slot cut into this block with this part extending over the slot that's been cut in there. Very interesting. And again, look at the utter devastation. We're going to be zooming in on that part, about 20 by 15 meters, and it's got a very smooth, bright surface to it, got straight edges and right angles. And in the center we've got an oval part there, and we've got dark spots aligned in a circular pattern right there in the center. There's another one, and this one's a bit smaller, about 15 by 10 meters, and also we have a protrusion in the center, straight edges and a right angle over there. This block over here is about 20 by 15 meters, and again, very smooth, flat surface, edges and right angles to it. And then through the center we've got that part over there. And there they are for comparison. One if these were part of a larger structure of interconnecting megalithic blocks because of the devastation that was scattered about throughout this region. Lots to see in these photographs, guys. I'll put these on my blog, and you can go there and check these out with your magnifier. But I'm going to zoom in on this unusual part over there, which is about 10 by 12 meters, and you can check it's got this bevel cut into it there, and this small part in the center got straight edges again and right angles. I'm going to be zooming in on this part, and there's a couple of parts I want to show you here. Check out this one, another one of these base structures with a part in the center. We've seen many of those in the past as well, and it's got straight edges once again and right angles. It's almost like some type of metal plate with that conical feature on it. There's another one over there. We've got two parts arranged in a cross pattern over there. Then more of these multiple sided, almost hexagonal shaped objects. Check out the layering over there. We've got a triangular part at the bottom, and then two stacked on top of it. Another rectangular part over there, about 15 by 10 meters, and again we've got straight edges, right angles, and then in the center, that part over there. Parallel to this side, another one of these partial disc shapes with a little dome in the center over there. And there they are for you to compare. This five-sided object over there, each side is about 10 meters in length, and you can see some geometry and symmetry in that piece as well. Check out this block over there, and got a strange protrusion in the center, and that edge over there, that sort of bevel, is parallel to that one side. We've got multiple parts scattered over here. We're looking at these anomalies, and each side of this one is about 10 meters as well. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides to it, like the previous one, and then some smaller blocks around it. Get the similarity in these designs, and yeah, we can see them still interlocked in that pattern over there, and we'll take a closer look. They've been cut to fit, and they're still sort of intact around a center part over there, and there they are for comparison. So I speculate these two were part of a arrangement like that, and they moved apart. Right, let's zoom in on that spot. Again, in the mid-latitudes of the northern hemisphere, and it's in this region of Tanais, and it's described as a geographic area distinguished by its brightness or darkness. And we analyzed that high-rise photograph right there in that circular depression, and there's a look at the anomalies for summary. Let's have a look at some of the other anomalies around here. Got that strange craft-like object, except on the one side we've got a funny rectangular anomaly, and we've got little spheres on blocks. Just go through these briefly. check, there's another one of those slabs. Common feature in this part of Mars. Another one there. That huge disk. Another one. Wow, so many of those, eh? Still a very curious anomaly that. We've got another block like that one. Another one of those two larger parts with a bridging part in the center. It's almost like a fossilized bone. Megalithic blocks, smaller ones in front of them. These are quite curious, like butterfly wings. Looks like some type of little craft. Another one of those two larger parts, interconnecting part in the center. Good interlocking parts there. Strange little structure inside what looks like containing wall. Okay, what else have we got here? That huge disc, about 12 to 15 meters in diameter. It's got a smaller one in the center. This is also where I found that strange little structure with an opening in the one side. You can see from the shadow that it's definitely hollow inside over there. Two more of those larger parts connected with small bridging parts in their centers. What else is here? I don't want to make this video too long. Let's go over here to the west. Huge triangle, like a depression in the surface. Or it was mined out, who knows. And then let's go a bit more to this side over here. Haven't been here for a while. Just tilt that back up to the north. So many over here again. Now we've got megalithic ruins or structures, or so I speculate. Check at the rows of blocks over here. And then many of these circular dome-like features that have collapsed in on themselves. And what else have we got here? That huge block with symmetry and geometry to it. More megalithic blocks in that region. Check out that strange piece. Also two parts joined together, and then a small little part in the center. This one's got a curious triangular shape to it. Check that out. More of those larger parts connected with smaller bridging parts. Little pyramid. Got a disc over there with a rectangular part on it. This is also where Dr. Brandenburg speculates there was a nuclear explosion. This is the second location or site. We've got that huge standing like monolith, a little eye carved into the one side. It's about 15 meters tall, if I can recall. And let's see what else you got around here. Lots of megalithic blocks scattered about. Oh yeah, check that out. How unusual is that? Can't be natural geology that makes these things. More blocks arranged next to one another. Check that out. A row of blocks still intact there. That L shape, right angle. Another one of those strange parts with a triangular side to it. Except this one's hollowed out with a little part there. More interlocking blocks, check that out. Knobs on them. Let's have a look at one or two more. This is where I found more structures or ruins in this disk. And there's another one down in the southern hemisphere that looks the same. We'll pop down there now. Follow the purple line all the way down to the southern hemisphere. Let's look at all the anomalies over here. Unreal. Here's another one of those saucer-shaped objects. More of those over there. Check that out. Okay, check there. Got one that's partially covered in sand and dust. Get those blocks. Right, now where is that other craft? Where are we heading off to? Let's get those two. I can't seem to find the other disc. It's got to be, yeah. Sorry guys and girls. I can also get an idea of how vast this area is. I think it's here. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we got it. Check that out. All the sites around the North Pole, and then all the sites around the South Pole. Thank goodness for this functionality of Google Earth. Bit of a long video. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate your viewership, and thank you for subscribing. To my new subs, thanks for joining the channel. I hope you like what I'm doing, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Remember, when you do, to hit the notifications bell and click on all, then you'll know when I upload my next video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys and girls make of all these anomalies. Are we looking at natural geology, or is there some intelligent design behind these? Even if 1% of these are unnatural, I think we are looking at an ancient civilization that left traces of their existence throughout our solar system. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.